Hello, good evening, and good very welcome to you. I'm Jamie, and this is Xbox Tavern's X-Pod Tavern on a wonderful Sunday evening. This evening we've got MPV Graham. Come on in, MPV Graham, all the way. Can you hear me down there? Okay, are you okay?
Yeah, I can't hear you past the old-fashionism and other characteristics of this area, but apart from
Other characteristics that shall remain unnamed for now. But if you know, I'm pretty sure you know.
But other than that, I am fine.
Good. Well, we'll keep watching you just in case anyone catches you, being too young and hip around there and decides to drag you out and across the border.
I'm already bringing down the age around. It's about 50 years.
Also bringing down the age variance is Scotch Gruff Ross. Come on in, Scotch Gruff Ross.
Hello.
And the hip.
Young and hip, definitely. Not feeling overly young and hip today, if I'm being particularly honest. But yes.
And why would that be? You haven't been doing any more stupid hill climbs or bike rides or anything.
There was a very large bike ride done yesterday, so 54 miles done yesterday. So legs are a little bit on the tender side, shall we say. And a full day excursion to IKEA and Costco today probably didn't help matters either. But
it'd be worse. More damage.
With a 2-year-old.
Yeah,
yep.
That's come with me. The faster we get round, the better.
The whole point is obviously like the layout of IKEA is the toys are the very last thing on the top part of the floor in our store in Edinburgh. So while we were in the cafe, there was a little toy set and there was a tractor that she loved. So I was like, we need to go hunting for the tractor. So that allowed us to get around the whole top section with silence because it was like tractor hunt. And then when we got to the toys, it was like, well, you can go tits in here, whatever you want to do, because you've got a tractor to find. Once you got a tractor, you were happy. So it's like, that's IKEA ticked. How the fuck are we going to do this in Costco?
Yes.
There was no tractors in Costco. Costco was more of a challenge.
A bit tricky. I don't know what about the one you got there, but the one here, the toys are smack bang in the middle. So as you're moving around, you could
they're constantly there.
Like, just look the other way.
It's also like the big inflatables for the garden are hanging off the ceiling. So it's like the first you walk in and you look up, it's like boom, 30-foot alligator water park slide. It's like how am I hiding that for?
No.
Look.
You're fine. Don't worry.
You don't need to see a thing.
Do you want a nap? You can get in the car and fall asleep.
It's special IKEA blindfold day.
Need to try and find a way of like stashing like some of the food on her first. Like there you go and get your cookies and then just focus on the cookies.
These tips and tricks. Nice. Well, when we're not rushing our young children around Costco/IKEA looking for tractors and inflatable alligator rides, to talk about video games on Xbox Tavern's X-Pod Tavern, which we record each and every Sunday at 8 p.m.
Yes.
Very much. So let's get straight into what we would normally start the show off with: Project Game Pass.
Wrong.
Oh.
Whoa. Do you know what? I haven't even done it today.
Here we go.
Go on, let's bring it in. Guess the game.
He mumps and moans about don't do game guess the game. We don't put the fucking results in Discord. I start doing it and he fucking forgets all about it for the show.
You know what? As well, I got myself a new phone in the last couple of days, and you can't transfer your progress unless you sign up to the dude's Ko-fi, whatever it is.
Oh,
I might have to. I might have to sign up for a month just so I can transfer my stats. Because I did it the other day. I was like, "What do you mean? What streak 1 of 1? What?
No.
Anyway, sorry. Guess the .game if you're not familiar. It's a web-based game like Wordle, etc. If you're allowed to say Wordle, if New York Times don't hear it. And it's 6 pictures of video games.
Are they shutting people down for saying Wordle?
They're trying to shut down the one called Worldle, which is guessing the country.
I mean, I feel like they're taking a bit of liberties there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but they're not bothered about. There's another game called Worldle, apparently, which they're not bothered about. And there's all these other, various other versions of games that they're not bothered about when they've gone after this. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Guess the .game. Guess the .game. Very, very good. Bring it up, Ross. Show me today's game. Let's see if we can do this, shall we?
Duck! It's not a duck, it's a bee or a dragonfly.
Jesus Christ.
Serious audio going on there, Rob.
Sorry, but I got excited when I seen it. I thought it was a duck.
That's a loud.
Let the music off, right? What the fuck is
Music?
that?
What
Yeah.
is the music? I don't know. There should be music. Hold on. Why is the music? Stop sharing screen. Why is there music?
Whoa.
There's never usually music.
Whoa.
Is there
It's not
usually
normally music. No, but that was incredibly loud carnival music. Apologies for that.
Once again, I regret putting in ear headphones.
Oh, that's a bit better.
Why did they put music? When did they start putting music on it?
I have no idea. No idea. I don't know if this is
Ah.
like a one-off or is this, it's game 750. Maybe they're celebrating. I'm not sure, but that
Cut
was
that shit.
incredibly
I
loud.
was like, what music? I'm like, no, I'm not playing fucking music because I've got nothing coming through my headset.
Count yourself
was-
lucky.
Whatever that was very, very loud. Anyway,
Yeah, it sounded like SNES music. Or
I thought you were getting pissed off at me because I shouted duck.
no.
There's some audio there for you fucking exciting and duck.
I like. I can't wait for you to see this back and watch this part back. And be like,
I feel like I'm going to have to edit that.
yes. Anyway, so we've got a what looks
picture of
like
a
you
duck.
were trying to say as a duck.
It's not a duck. It's like a dragonfly.
Some
Oh, really?
weird. It is probably more dragonfly-ish or some sort of
Winged
Looney
animal.
Tunes duck character. Yeah. No idea.
No.
Any suggestions? I'm easy. I'm happy to move on.
Frogger? It's got it was that one that sort of jumps forwards eating frogs, like eating things. That wasn't Frogger, was it? I can't remember what it was called. So where the frogs jump from one side to the other and they got like a fly in midair.
We know nothing.
No
Okay.
idea.
Oh.
Oh.
Um,
No, I was about to say it's got some sort of in between sort of Candy Crush, but 76%, so it's a bit crap.
yeah.
I'm getting like Zool vibes from like the
You know what? I was going to say Zool, but I don't think it is.
No. Well,
What do we think?
It's like, almost like too top down for Zool, isn't it?
Yeah.
No idea. You can try Zool, but I don't think it's.
How do you spell it?
that
Z-O-O-L.
double O-L.
No.
Oh, Game Boy Advance.
That looks Mario-ish. It's not Mario, but it looked like the wee. It's not. No, it's not.
Could it be one of the RPG ones, like the
Superstar Saga or something,
yeah?
or Mario Story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like, Mario and Luigi ones. There's a couple of them. Could be one of them.
No.
Isometric adventure platform with puzzle elements with a really weird looking wee guy.
Don't know if anything at all. That is.
No. It's just like futuristic with a laser gun, like Earthworm Jim, but
Not.
not.
Anything else? Anybody got anything?
Nothing on this end.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance is shortening it down.
Spyro!
That does look very Spyro.
I mean,
So what Spyro games came out on?
Spyro Advance. They like to put Advance in everything.
Enter the Dragonfly?
Dragonfly. Well, we did see one,
There was one at the start, I suppose.
No.
but did it go at green at all?
It's gone yellow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's in the right series. We knew it was Spyro, but what Spyro is, I've not got a scoop.
Can you bring up the list again, and we'll go through them quickly and see if we can.
Spyro Advance.
Right, so it's not Spyro the Dragon, is it?
No, that's too obvious, isn't it? You've captured Crispy.
What's that on there? Attack of the Rhino.
Rhinox, because that thing looked like a rhino back is there as well.
That one?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's as good. We got one guess and like 16 choices. It's as good as we're gonna get, I think.
Season of the Flame.
Season
Season of Flame, sorry.
They
We'd
set us
also
up
got it
very
for just saying Spyro 2.
Which I thought, unless I mean, it's obviously not a port of the PS1 game, but I would imagine there's a Spyro 1 and 2.
I'd like to bring it back to
Basic.
picture 1, which set us off on the Dragonfly bit, and number 3, I think it was, where the thing looked like a rhino.
Yeah.
Neither of those two guesses were completely outrageous
No.
based on what we've seen.
But yes, so there we go. Spyro 2 Season of Flame on the Game Boy Advance, did it say it was?
Yes.
Did it say what year? I missed that one.
2002.
So well within our time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't have an excuse on this one.
I do. I don't really play Spyro.
Well, I didn't play Spyro, but I was 13, so I've at least have age to have played the game.
Perfect age for a bit of Spyro action.
Yeah, so
you were 13. Like neither of us have ever done that before. We've never been 13. We skipped that one.
We certainly weren't 13 at that time, no, Greg.
No, well, that's
Not
true.
in 2002.
I will also apologise to our listeners currently still listening who aren't currently rushing up to A&E for emergency surgery on their eardrums. Sorry for whatever noise may or may not have came out of that when I first
We'll have
loaded it
to
up.
join them, I think, very shortly. Jesus. Whew. Anyway, so yeah, go to guesser.game, and as Ross says, if you want to play along, jump in our Discord, links down below, etc., etc. You can post your results each and every day in there, and see if you can best myself or Ross, who's doing surprisingly well when he does take part.
I did. There was the two the other days that I'd never even heard of the games, so I like blanked out on them. But I have been managing to sort of keep close to you at least.
Yeah, doing well. You're doing well, sir. Doing well. Keep it up. Keep it up. Anyway, before I was so perfectly interrupted with a bit of guesser.game, we were going to talk about Project Game Pass, which is a project that we do on this podcast where we pick a game from Game Pass. We play it each and every month. We stream at least one Sunday a month and play it. Last month's one was Golf with Your Friends. We played it on what day was it? Tuesday? Was it? No,
Tuesday,
Monday, wasn't it?
No, Monday. Yeah, sorry, we've done a double dunk this week, month.
Yes. So last Monday we streamed it one more time. We played a bit of Golf with Your Friends. There was three of us and Ian. I think that was it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good fun. We had a couple of quick speed rounds.
We did.
Who won the first round? I think was it Graham or was it you?
No, I never
It wasn't me.
Ian won one, and then you.
Oh, was it Ian?
Yeah,
no, I know. I won.
I was near the bottom of the pile both times.
Yeah, it was Ian actually, wasn't it? Yeah, who squeaked a victory right at the end. Go watch it. We streamed for about an hour. Lots of fun. Anything to say more on Golf with Your Friends that we haven't already said in previous podcasts?
Just a really easy game to enjoy with people. Just good laugh, nothing overly complicated, and it's just easy to pick up and play. Controls aren't complicated and things like that, but a good laugh when you do play it.
And if you've got a competitive edge, it definitely gives you murderous vibes.
Oh yeah,
it can be hella frustrating at times.
Sets you off, especially you're lining up a putt and somebody just nudges into the side. You're like, fuck off! And especially when people catch you in 4K doing things that you didn't realise that you were doing.
Ross, exactly, Ross.
Whoops.
Try to
Sorry, Ian.
claim innocence. Go watch the stream there. My kids were playing it yesterday with their auntie, but they were doing it locally, and I didn't realise it's turn based. You can't do split screen or anything.
Can you not even do that if you set it to speed mode?
No, I don't know, but they were just playing the regular one, and it was so. I mean, it still looked like fun. They were still enjoying it, but it was so much slower than what we were doing.
Well, it was the same as that Turbo Golf Racing. How you can set that as turn based when you're playing online against somebody, but then when you're in party like what we done, it's hell for leather.
Yeah, just as fast as possible.
Which makes more sense.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun. And like I said, we played for an hour and we got 2 games in. That could have quite happily done a couple more if we didn't decide to move on to another game. But really good game. Go check out the stream from Monday and the stream we did a couple of weeks ago as well, which was a lot of fun where we played for a lot longer with special guest Pete as well. And go for your friends. Play it if you've got Game Pass. Very, very good indeed. They've just added the speed mode, like we said. As Ross put it so succinctly, hell for leather mode, basically. Hit the ball as fast as you can, as far as you can, and hope for the best.
Yeah.
First one to the hole gets the win.
The first shot should always just be full power and a straight line. Doesn't matter what the hole looks like, just full power, straight line, go.
Yeah, if you're looking ahead, you're cheating. Just whack it.
Just fucking hit it.
You got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Although if you're playing that Worms match, Worms level, I should say.
Don't play the Worms level.
You might want to just slow it down just ever so slightly.
As much as I love Worms, fucking don't play it on that level. That was shit. Spaceship was good. I liked the Spaceship.
Yeah, the Spaceship one was good. And the Worms one is good. It's just a lot trickier than the rest. Anyway, we've moved on. Golf for your friends. We got it in the bin. And now we're bringing in a slightly different...
Change of pace.
Bend of the rules, perhaps, some might say. Obviously, as I said at the top, normally we pick a game from Game Pass and we play it and we stream it and we talk about it. But one of the big hotness games at the minute that's multiplayer, as we're focusing purely on multiplayer games this year, is a game called X-Defiant from Ubisoft. And I had a great time playing it with Ladies' Favourite Daniel the other week, as I think I spoke about last week. And I played it sort of here and there on my own. I played a little bit during the week while I've been away. couple of games here and then, and it's been a lot of fun still. But we decided to stream after we played golf with your friends. It was again the four of us. I feel like it didn't get off to the best start with you.
We got shafted with that game.
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely shafted. First, we didn't have a full team in the first game. Second game, fucking I got stuck in the floor.
That's
in two pieces.
I couldn't even get into the fucking main part of the game.
And you still did as good as me.
I'm fucking raging. Not impressed in the slightest.
So I'm going to go to Graham first because he's not traditionally a big first-person shooter player these days.
Traditionalist.
Would you say you could see the enjoyment? Would you be up for? Obviously, we're going to play it more at some point. But...
Yeah, I mean, for me to sort of get sort of desperately into that, I need to have a solid go at it and practice at it, because you can't really get anywhere without giving it the full go. Because yeah, I mean, even with that, I mean, I did all right with the sniper. I was picking people off, but it's not really that much value in picking people off because you respawn so quickly.
Yeah.
That level of sort of tactical fighting is only working if your team knows that you're doing that and covers you, and so you're sort of holding ground. Because there is one where you're just trying to hold the king of the hill type things, and the other one where you're trying to protect something.
That was shit.
And yeah, I mean, they're all value on high paced, fast reactions, taking the enemy out, and sort of keep moving. Basically, as soon as you stay still, you're gonna get wrecked. It's very fast paced. I mean, it's quite clean. I wouldn't say it's sort of bad hit detection, or just if you get in first, usually you're gonna get the sort of the kill. It's just, yeah, you have to keep moving. So that level of, it reminds me more sort of Quake style play, I suppose, where if you stay still, you're gonna get humped. So you're gonna have to keep moving, keep shooting, and make sure you're accurate than the other person.
I probably should have said, like, if you're not familiar with Extra Fight, it's basically a 6v6, isn't it? Sorry. Almost arena shooter, like you were saying, Gray, but mixed with objective-based game types. It's all capture the flag, variations on capture the flag, capture the
like
point.
very small arenas as well. Because that first one that we played in the shopping mall, to go from one side of the shopping mall to the outside car park pit where like your other team spawned in, you're 30 seconds to run from one end to the other. So
but that one was one of the levels we were doing domination or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Whereas if you do the escort one, which you didn't manage to get out of the starting room for because you got stuck, those levels are massive, and they gradually open up the further along the.
Right, okay.
So the level we were playing, and I forget what it's called, but it's like a water park like setting. And once you get the objective, the escort objective, a certain distance, some shutters open, and then you got the whole inside of like the attraction, as it were, to play with. And then if you get to the next checkpoint, it opens up like the back area where all like the inner workings of it all, and all, you know, what there would be probably like the staff area, and you get further and further across, and then the maps are then fucking massive. And yeah, it's all objective based games. So like Gray was saying, there's no point really in trying to get a good like kill death ratio or for kill streaks, because you don't get any kill rewards. You do have powers you can use, and you can earn an ultimate if you get enough points, but you get way more points playing the objectives as you'd expect rather than just going for out and out kills.
I mean, they will eventually bring in like a team deathmatch type idea where kills are the main goal of the game. But this, like King of the Hill, I much prefer that. I would love to see like a capture the flag type idea as well. But
I don't think they actually have captured the flag. Like I said, they've got various ones where you got to escort stuff or capture certain points. I played one night before, where there's 2 points, much like the domination one. There's 2 points, and one team has to capture both them points, and then 2 more points open up, and then capture them, and then 2 more, and that's about as close as something like capture flag, I suppose, is there and back in it. But
yeah, I like capture the flag. I like the tactical one. You could say tactical, or maybe just the shit show put out there. But like capture the flag is brilliant, just for the fact of hell for leather to pick up the flag, and then like your team is there basically to like shuffle you back to the end zone to get back to your area, then drop the flag and somebody picks it up, or their team grabs it to try and return it, and it's just, it adds a different layer to it. I remember when we played Infinite and we were playing like the capture the flag mode on that was outstanding. So if they threw in something like that, it would be another good mode to jump into.
I've always preferred to capture the flag in Halo generally.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. So we played like, what 2 games over the course of about 45 minutes, and obviously Ross shit the bed completely. We had a fair few tech issues, like I said, with missing teammates, or Ross got stuck in the floor. There was a bit of unbalance in terms of like matchmaking, because obviously you guys had only just started playing.
Yeah, we were all level 1.
Yeah, I was only like level 10 or 11 maybe when we started.
Guys
We
turn up at like
paired up
level
with guys
23.
like 23,
What
24,
the
25,
fuck?
absolutely wiping the floor of us, with very little sort of recourse for defense, because you're still learning and they're just coming in now, fucking die.
It almost got to a point where they were spawn killing us, which is
Yeah.
no fun for anyone.
No.
Yeah, and I've noticed that at the time I've been playing. If you get a team who do know what they're doing, you will find that as you come out of your spawn area, there'll be like one on either side. And if you can get past them, it's too late, because the other guys are already bringing the objective up, or they've already capturing the points or whatever.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to them, the 2 you killed there have respawned, and now they're back in your face again. So you really need to have a squad of people who know what they're doing, or be incredibly lucky with random matchmaking. And so far, it's been a very, very hit and miss, especially again, like I said, when we played.
I mean, the first one that we did, the domination type idea, that was close. That was like, there was only like 10 points of difference in the 2 teams between that. That went really good. But the fucking escort one was just an
That was
shit show.
And I do like the escort one when you get a good, competent like set of people to back you up. But if you end up like we did with tech issues and up against a team who completely know what they're doing, it's just please let end. Please let's move on to another round. Yeah, so we're going to play some more. I think was it 2 weeks time? Not next week, because obviously it's the Xbox showcase next week. Week after, Ian might possibly be back by then. I'm not entirely sure. If not, we'll rope in Dan or Swishkiss Pete or someone. Well, stream a bit more X Defiant over on YouTube.com. Have an official record the game streams and the podcast each and every Sunday 8 p.m.
Ish!
That was a very ham-fisted one. I'm terribly sorry, but anyway, let's move on from Project Game Pass. We'll talk a bit more about it next week, as well as obviously showcase next week coming up. What time does it actually start? Do you remember? I probably should have looked it up before. It is 6, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we'll watch it. We might do something along with it, and perhaps we'll talk about that off air, and then we'll talk about it after the fact, and we'll be here, hopefully a bit soberer than last year's one. Slightly less rum infused, but maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Here we go. Anyway, Ross, I can see you're ready and prepared. You've shoved a good old sized chunky crisp in your gob. Are you ready to give me a bit of an early plug-in once again? Because I do enjoy getting it in early.
You're getting greedy with your early plugs. You're getting very greedy with them. But as always, I am more than willing to proceed.
Ready.
Insert a coin. XBX TVRN, £5 off orders over £50. Jay put out a wee, I presume it was Jay, it might not have been Jay, it might have been somebody else, but Dead Space has got new apparel up on the Insert Coin site, so if you want to jump over and grab some of that, you can get a wee cheeky £5 off using the promo code. As Jay was saying when we were playing Guess the Game, Discord, if you want to jump in and challenge the reigning, defending, undisputed head of the table in Jay, then you can jump over to the Discord channel and challenge him. Socials are running along the bottom of the screen, so we are on most major social network sites: X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever it may be, and we'll be there as some form of Xbox Tavern or Xbox Tavern Official. Written reviews can be found at xboxtavern.com. Jay will have a list of them later on the show, because he's already prepared and he's got them sitting up on his brand new super shiny laptop that he can multitask on.
Ready and raring to go.
Good lad. CD Keys affiliate link. So if you jump over to the CD Keys website and if you want to scan the wee code up in the top corner just now, that'll take you directly to CD Keys using their affiliate link. Doesn't cost anything for yourself. It just gives us a wee kickback on anything that you might purchase. Apple and Spotify podcast, jump over, leave us a wee review. 5 stars would be greatly appreciated. And last but by no means least, if you are watching on YouTube, you will be able to see that we are partners. So you can jump into Supers. That will give you sort of priority chat on the screen. It'll allow you to get behind the scenes content that we do in regards to After Darks and some live streams that we may have. You'll also see that we have merchandise, which should be tagged on the actual channel for when you're watching this show live. I did make sure to feature 2 types of beanie so that I would keep Jay happy. But yeah, we've got a variety of different styles of merch, whether it be our standard Xbox Tavern logo that you see on the top corner of the screen with the up here somewhere. And then we've also got our sort of Xpod one, which is the podcast mic. We've got a couple of different designs of that as well. So if you could jump over and have a wee nose at that, that would be greatly appreciated.
Very nice indeed. Thank you very much. I feel all warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum right now. We exit a good plug-in once again. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Right, let's move on to games we've been playing, shall we? And I'm going to go to Graham first because he's got a couple of beefy ones to go into. So, Graham,
Yes.
pick whichever one you'd like to start off with.
I'll start off with just saying that the Star Wars Fallen Order, it's been done. I have finished it. So, first one down. And as discussed last time, whether to carry on with that one or to move on to the sequel or finish off another one, by my second game, you can see what I did. But fully enjoyed playing the Star Wars Fallen Order. The story is pretty decent of it, and from a lot of the comments you hear around it, they say that this thing, a lot of the story around this should be more canon than the abominations of the sequels that they did. So it makes sense that this one is quite a decent kind of playthrough and a good story. So I'm looking forward to when I do finally jump into the next one to see how that kind of develops.
Good days. So
The game's-
I'm gonna ask,
The game's old enough now. Well, still not. I'll leave it spoiler free. Gray will know the bit I'm talking about. How did you feel when you were underwater and you got the moment?
No, it's fun. I didn't struggle with going underwater.
No, not struggling. I'm just meaning, how did you feel in regards to the experience of it happening when he appeared?
Oh, yeah. I thought I'll bring it on. I was going to kick his ass.
You really weren't, though, were you? It's like fucking holy shit.
Clearly, if that happened, then it definitely wouldn't have been canon because.
Well, no. Wee memo from LucasArts. Sorry, just ignore all the films that you may or may not have seen. This didn't happen. It's fine.
well, isn't that
it
what they
happened
did
in,
anyway? They just eliminated the canon or whatever
Yeah.
when they bought it. Is that? I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars guy. Carry on.
Hey,
Graham.
but what about Battlefront? I mean, you can stick bloody Yoda and other stormtroopers whipping his fucking ass all over the place. That's not canon.
Well, this is true. In fact, you didn't even have to even throw Yoda in there. Fucking Stormtrooper with accurate fucking aims. There you go. You've broke canon already.
Yeah. Because especially when they can't shoot for shit.
But overall, you enjoyed it though, yeah? It was.
I
a good-
did. I did
well,
try
well,
lobbing my lightsaber to see if I can get a couple of cheapies in, but you just couldn't do it. But yeah, it was good to see him appear in there.
When are you starting Jedi Survivor?
Well, as per the next game on my list, if we want to segue into that piece, I went back to Baldur's Gate 3 and it took a while because I was halfway through the Trials of Shar, so that was a really hard one to pick it up because that's quite puzzly.
Just before you go any further than that, have you completed Baldur's Gate?
No,
Have you completed the trials?
I was halfway through them when I stopped.
Right. What one are you on?
I didn't do any of them I thought I did. I thought it was all trials, but there wasn't. There was like 3 separate trials. There was like the stealth one can get so fully arsed in the bin.
Stealth one's easy.
It bloody wasn't. They kept seeing me. They kept sending me back to the start. I was going to throw my controller at the fucking screen.
Invisibility
You love a bit of
potions.
stealth, though,
The
Graham.
invisibility potion is what I did.
A bit of stealth. What's up with you?
So all I will say is the third trial is the hardest. Right.
You got the one with the invisible floor. That was a cakewalk because I had the potion of flying and just went wee. all the way to
Right,
the
so
end.
that was the one I was talking about. Now, I fucked it because I was like, ah! However, see when you first come into the room,
Yeah.
the floor is the map.
Yeah, no, I know.
I didn't know that. I was fucking trying to like one step forward, didn't fall. One step forward, didn't
Oh,
fall. One step forward, fucking fell.
how was that? That Korean Hunger Games thingies, the Squid Games.
Yeah, it was like,
Gamed it.
fuck. So mine was trials and tribulations, and then seen it on TikTok that there's actually a map just as you
Yeah.
first come in the room of the route that you're meant to take, and I'm like,
I
you?
spotted the map before that, and I was like, I even followed it, and I still managed to fall a little bit, so I must have like been slightly off. And
I'm like, are you shitting
I
me?
was like, well, I was allowed to invisibility pose. Surely I could just use my little fly skill and do that. I was like, oh,
Well,
you can. Okay,
That's
that'll
what
do.
I eventually done. I was just like, fuck it, I've got my upgraded little fucker in my head. I'm just going to fly.
Yeah. And then the first one says you fight the copies of yourself. So I only just sent Shadowheart in by herself.
Yeah.
And the turd just kept disappearing, kept bloody hiding in the shadows. So I used my move that said, like, hurt anyone that comes into contact with you. And literally, as soon as they ran towards me, they just rinsed themselves. And that was it. I was like, that was easy. I didn't even have to fight them. They just ran into myself and hurt me.
Such a good game for cheesing.
Yeah. But yeah, finished all those trials. But what I didn't realize was you have to get the orbs beforehand to lower the gate.
Yeah.
And where someone was playing with me while I was showing them, they must have picked up the freaking orb because I couldn't find where the hell it was. You know, the giant orc looking thing that's been twisted by the demon. He has to sing the song every time, and you can kind of convince him to kill himself and everyone else around him.
How? Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Well, basically, we got him killed. Me and Jay were just running around. So, where the hell did his body go? But when I was like, I can't find this bloody orb. And I don't know if Jay picked it up, but his character stays in this game after he leaves. But I didn't check his inventory to know what he did. So, he must have picked it up because I sent him back to the party. Could not find it. Let's stuff it. I'm going to have to go to an earlier save now. Killed the guy again. And I was like, oh, the orb's literally right by my feet. I was like, fuck, I must have picked it up.
Fucking Jay.
If I did pick it up, I didn't know I did. It wasn't an intentional thing.
CG, just when you're playing the game, just go and talk to people.
I tried to, and then we just sat there and watched some guy be convinced to kill himself and everybody around him. I was like, all right, fair enough.
I made Jay kill some rats just so he had the taste of getting into combat.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of combat, and that was that. And then we just run around, not really knowing what we were doing, and then
It's very easily done.
Well, it could have got worse because then Jay would have had to have done the trials with me, and that would have been a shit show.
Oh god! Can you imagine Jay trying to do the one the invisible floor? Oh,
well, that was the third one in the list.
Just run fast enough, you might just over the top of it.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Well, the stealth one was ruined because I had Housen and my guy had like a familiar as well. There was like extra people. Everyone stay here. You're making this really impossible.
I had a Starion in my party at that point. I was like, "When that's me, I'll take a Starion."
Yeah, I heard he used the better one to do it. But I mean, Housen, he can summon like the Dryad, and the Dryad can summon a Wood Elf. So I said, there's so many people around.
Yeah, can you all just fuck off? Every one of you just get them in.
But yeah, passed the trials. Beat Kenrick for the first time, and he's popped into his little Mario pipe, and I had to follow him down the Mario pipe. And yeah, done that bit, done the little brain puzzle, freed the demon that's blackmailing Will or whatever, and then that's as far as I've got. So I'm in the little where the flesh pods, where the
no, I know the bit. I was just you done it in a different order than me. That's why I was getting confused. That's all. I had done Shadowheart after that. I think.
Oh, okay.
No, before it. I must have done it before it because I'd done it before I went into Act 3. No, was I in Act 3?
I don't think that's fully Act 3 yet, or it might be. I don't know.
No, but once you do the stuff down the pipe, you start moving in towards more Act 3. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought it would be, but that's as far as I managed to get anyway.
Doing the stuff down the pipe, that didn't sound right, did it?
No, you don't.
That's no.
Well, it's just a giant creature thing just carves a hole into the ground, and you have to just jump through it to get into it.
That wasn't an innuendo.
No.
Although you end up meeting Missoura, so you know.
That's the one I was on about. She's the one who
you read into that what you want to read into that.
Yeah.
Especially because Peter, when you need him, he could have been here shooting the shit, chatting some Baldur's Gate 3 with you, telling you all about the.
Gee, you need to play it, man. Just play it.
Not.
You would enjoy it. You like fucking Dragon's Dogma, and this is infinitely less tedious.
Look,
Yeah, but it's not his kind of tedious. His tedious is like the mundane way of combat, whereas that combat is way more tactical and involves a bit more effort.
And the
Basically,
fucking
I'm not smart enough. Basically, I've got the patience for it.
I manage that. They even have a baby mode, so you can literally turn everything to easy. Nothing fucking hurts you when it hits you, and you can just enjoy the story mode.
That doesn't sound like my idea of fun either. If I'm gonna have a challenge, I'll have a challenge. Thank you very much. But yeah, I might try it one day. But I'm too busy replaying The Last of Us and all other games that.
You can't. You have to give it a solid run through because I mean, the thing about Baldur's Gate is their story, and obviously the first couple had like expansions galore, and they had decent stories. Whereas this third one, it's they give me so many options that you can play the story in multiple different ways and get a completely different kind of outcome in a way.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I've seen some really cool stuff, like you guys were saying, like using sort of outside the box stuff where you're flying over the invisible floor rather than trying to figure out blah blah. And I saw a GIF a long time ago that sort of almost convinced me that I might actually like it, where this person was trapped on this island. I think they were surrounded by like a lake of fire or something, and they had to hit a switch which was across the room. And obviously, I suppose the idea is to get to the switch and pull it, but they just picked up a rock or whatever and threw it and like dice rolled it, hit the switch, and they got out. And I was like, "That's incredible!" Like, like any other game, would be like, "No, you have to do it this very specific way." But they were like,
and also to convince you as well, there is a lot of different types of fire spells and fire weapons.
I mean,
like loads of fire weapons.
I'm talking my language now.
Like fire arrows, fire like grenade type things, fire swords, fire like balls, fire like summoning fire from the sky. There's a lot of fire.
But there's so many variations around solving puzzles like that. I mean, Pig on a Throne Story is just one of about 7 different ways you could have solved that. There's another way you can turn into like a gaseous form, float your way over to there, respawn, then pull the lever. Yeah. You can literally use a dimension door teleport as long as you can see an area over there, teleport yourself over there and touch it. You can throw like slicks or cause it to rain to kill the fire so you can just walk your way over there. It's just, so many different varieties of ways to solve these kind of puzzles. This just depends on the party you've got and what skills you've got available to you.
I think that's where my hesitation comes back in because, like you said, you've got to spend so long building up not just you but everyone, and you got to. There's so like when we were playing and we're looking at the whatever they're called, the action wheel. It's like I've got an action wheel and then I've got about 4 more this way and a 4 more.
Yeah,
it's too much.
However,
give me 4 face buttons and a trigger to modify them, and that'll do.
What I would say is, now that you've got your super duper awesome new fancy laptop,
indeed,
I would say playing on PC makes it infinitely better because you've just got your hotbar at the bottom with everything that you need to select there. So you're not going from one screen to the 8th screen along to find the potion. It's just there, right in front of you. And I've not went back to play it on console yet. I've just been playing it on PC because that got me through playing it. Because I was, like you say, Jay, like the whole going through the fucking scroll wheels and shit like that was just getting monotonous. Whereas now, playing it on the PC is infinitely better. And you can also, if you really want to, you can install a very easy mod so that you can do it with the keyboard, or you can just use a controller that allows you to run around the exact same as if you were playing on console instead of it being a point and click.
Well, it's one for consideration. I still need to get back and finish fucking Yakuza. It's called Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and properly finish off Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm right at the end of that. I haven't got back to it.
Get in the
Last of Us Part 2, and fucking all these other games we've been playing, which we'll get to in a minute. But you enjoying Baldur's Gate, Graham, still?
Yeah,
just having a good time.
Yes, this one is definitely true to its source of being such a massive story with so much content to it, and it fully deserved its title to win the awards that it did. It's a stunning, amazing game, and looking forward to sort of getting through to the end of that one.
Happy day, very very good indeed. Right, let's bring it down a bit, shall we? Let's talk about some slightly less complicated video games. Although, perhaps the technology behind it is not less complicated. It might even be, so you might say, next generational. As Ross has alluded to, I bought myself a shiny new laptop recently, which has got It's not top of the range or anything. It's decent enough though. It's got 4050 in it, laptop obviously version. Ross, you've recently picked up a brand new computer as well with a 4060. Was it you got?
4070.
4070.
4070 is super.
Super duper ultra wide extra turbo edition. And one of the big selling points of these cards is they've got all sorts of bells and whistles, DLSS 3 and visual. Yeah, I figure it was something that spells like something like Retina or I can't remember. Doesn't matter. The long and the short of it is there's an update for Portal, the awesome first person puzzle game from 15 years ago.
It's an oldie. It's an oldie, yes.
And obviously at the time it looked good, but it's never been what you'd call a visual showcase. But now NVIDIA have worked with Valve and some other developers to create a version which they've dubbed Portal with RTX. And it basically enables, is it path tracing? I think it is, isn't it? Path tracing, ray tracing, all sorts of global illumination.
All sort of tracing.
All sorts of fancy effects. And even on my slightly more modest than your computer laptop here, it absolutely blew me away. It looks incredible. It's still the same game. It plays exactly the same. So if you played it before, you know we get into. But I mean, the first thing I have to shout out, the buttons, the red buttons that you put the boxes on that open the doors. Jesus Christ,
They look fucking lovely.
They look like you could eat them. They look like, like you get like the
hard candy.
Oh.
They got such a beautiful sheen to them. It's like you're like, oh
and
wow.
They're like transparent now, and you can see everything underneath, and they glow, and they illuminate the box when you put it on. And I was like, kids, come look, and they weren't even born when Portal came out. I was like, come look, look at this game, look how lovely it looks. And my wife and her sister come and had a look, and they were all like, oh yeah. And I'm like, you no idea what I'm talking about, but trust me, it's amazing.
It looks fucking
so
superb.
And when you place the portals down, like light goes through them now. So if you got like those orbs that are flying back and forth that you have to use for several of the puzzles, as it flies past the portal, you can see the light come through as it would in the real world use of teledimensional portals. And it's absolutely amazing. And it's I'm hoping this is sort of where they're looking for the next Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, maybe even the next. Doubt that somehow. But
I genuinely thought you were about to say where they're looking at for the next Portal game.
I mean that would be perfect. Launch title again.
June 9th. June
9th, Portal 3 with RTX on the Xbox Series Super Duper Ultra version. Ross, obviously, like I said, you got a way more powerful rig than I have. Has it made you weep a little bit inside?
So I'll hold my hands up. I never actually played the first Portal. I jumped in. I was at the second Portal by the time I was
What's this?
By the time I was in Team Xbox. So going back to it, and it's just like, as you say, they're like graphically, like textures, it's not the best game in the world. But as you're saying, with the ray tracing and things, the seeing like the path of the light when it's shooting between the two sort of gun type things, the big red fucking hell buttons that you place the boxes on, they look absolutely gorgeous. And then even when you're in like some of the levels where don't know how you say it, you've got the walls where you can't shoot the portals on, they're like black gloss type idea.
Yeah.
When you're like in a room that's got a lot of them and like the reflections that come depending on where the light's set up in the room, and just the like ray tracing and games like that just shows you, because you can put ray tracing in a game like Cyberpunk and it'll look great, but the game looks great without it. You just add in a layer to it. When you're putting ray tracing in a game like Portal, it genuinely highlights what ray tracing adds to the game when it's implemented properly, because you're taking a game that is basic and it's more based on the concept of the game, and then you're adding these spiffed up looking stuff to it, and you go, this is amazing. Like, how did the technology get to this point where we're implementing? Because even like things like mirrors in games, how many games do you play where mirrors don't actually, they reflect like what is in the background of the game because it's pre-rendered, but they don't render you walking past it, for example. But then when you get an RTX thing, it's just, it adds to the immersion in your big scale games. But on Portal's got a mass following, but on a smaller type game like Portal, it's just showing you that this is what games could be like in the future, or should be in the future, where everything has different textures, everything's mimicked to what it should be in the real world.
Yeah, as you were saying, like with the way the light reflects off the different surfaces and that. I just kept thinking back to the part spoilers for Portal where you have to burn the companion cube.
Yeah.
And like the fire, the pit there, it's it's just like an orange circle, and in this RTX version, it's all like everything's lit up, and as the shutter opens, it all just like pours out and lights up, and it looks much more ominous and amazing. And I know it's only graphics; it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but it just looks incredible. Absolutely blew me away. I've sat up till way too late finishing it off last night. Have you finished it yet? I'm assuming.
No, I literally picked it up at about 7 o'clock tonight, and that's why I was not on the show at my normal bang on 7:45 because I've knocked out what I'm trying to think.
Knock
There's
one out. What?
Yeah, I knocked a couple out in that time actually. There's like 18 levels at the start, like as you're like learning the mechanics and picking up the two different versions of the portal gun. I think I'm on like 14.
Okay.
So like I knocked them out as fast as I could, and then I was like, right, I've got something to look forward to.
I won't ruin any more of the game for you because it gets even better somehow. But it's an incredible game, and if you've got the capability to play Portal with RTX, I would do so. And again, this is what I'm kind of hoping for with whatever the next series, next set of consoles.
And obviously, it's well established that GLaDOS is a bit of cunt anyway. But even through those first few levels, you're like, ah, you're a bitch.
Just wait, it gets so much better. Anyway, it's such a good game. Play it if you can. I would really love them to do the second one as well. Even if it's like a paid DLC or update or something.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah, that would be incredible. But yeah, it looks really good. The future is bright for visual technology in video games. As long as the games play well as well, of course. Which Portal does, still holds up. I've played through it. I don't know how many times. This was probably my 6th or 7th time since it came out playing through it. And it's the first time I've played it and where I've just had my jaw on the floor the whole time, like just looking at the stunning technical side of it rather than just enjoying the game and the GLaDOS and the adventures that Shell goes on. Anyway, play it if you can. If you can't, watch some YouTube videos. And appreciate the shiny red buttons. Graham, I know you love a good shiny red button.
Yeah, if I had a button to get that game in the bin, I'd push it right now.
Graham is not a big fan of Portal, but we might be able to win them over with some shiny red buttons. Next time you're over, I'll load it up and I'll.
Blue portal there, red portal right by the bin. Shoot, bang, straight in the bin.
Outrageous.
Normally, I would like allow people to have their opinions and not pass comment on it. But because Gray's being a dick about such a great game, it's an orange portal and a blue portal, not a red portal. So your fucking portal system wouldn't work to get it in the bin.
And it looks even more orange.
More orangey than ever.
It was orange after I finished with it. It would be red.
I'm not sure how to take that one. Let's move on.
So much violence towards the little portals.
Well, we love a good bit of Portal action. Ross,
yes,
other than a bit of Portal goodness, what else have you been playing this week?
I have, as I was saying in the pre-show rambling, I've only really played the Project Game Pass this week. So I've done my X-Fight and my Golf with Friends, and then a bit of Portal this week. So I have not had the busiest of gaming weeks, unfortunately.
That's fair enough. Well, allow me to round us off with one more game I've been playing this week. I've been away, so I haven't had much chance to play as much as I would normally get. But I've finally played and reviewed a game called Eternal Threads. Come out on PC, I think it was 2 years ago, and I previewed it at the time. It's basically like a first-person puzzle game. Again, I love a bit of first-person puzzle. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as Portal RTX, I can tell you that, but it's decent enough what it is. Anyway, it's set in I think it's 2015 in this house in the north. Basically, the house burnt down in a fire, and everybody in it, all 6 people in it, died. And you play as like this futuristic agent who's traveled back in time and is able to alter events by not interacting directly with the people, but by watching sort of key moments in the week leading up to the fire, and you can influence their decisions. So one might be like, I think that the earliest example is the guy's on the phone with someone talking about his pet bird that's really ill, and you can tell him to either take it to the vets or keep it as it is, where he didn't bother taking it. That's a small one, and then it obviously gradually gets bigger and more elaborate in terms of telling someone whether they've got an important announcement that they should share with their girlfriend, or whether they should go back to their relationship that they might have left, and various other things which I won't spoil too much, because the whole idea of this is the story. As you can see if you're watching the trailer now, each of these scenes plays out with almost like holographic visuals. So you spend the entire game in this burnt down house, or burnt out house, I should say. And your little palm reader you got here will tell you there's a memory in the kitchen set on Monday at 8:05 a.m. or something, and you go there, you press the button to start it off, and you just stand there and watch and listen, and they have a chat. And I love a good chat with people. Although you can't talk to them directly, which is very upsetting. But yeah, they'll have a chat, and some of them will just be exposition, so they'll just fill in some character traits or some background, stuff like that. And I think there's 192 scenes in total, and 5 choices to make throughout that. And if you get a scene with a choice, it'll come up on your little Palm Pilot again, and you'll get to choose keep it as it is, where they died, and they do option A, or you can change it, and then that might affect it later on, so that they may survive. It might not. I mean, you might be better off leaving it as it is, because by the time you've done, 20 or 30 decisions, the butterfly effect might be better off starting where they started and changing something later on, rather than changing the early ones and keeping the later ones the same, or thereabouts. I've managed to say 4 out of 6 of them so far, but I need to go and watch a few more scenes and try and get a few more decision-based bits. You can save them, or you can save them with all their relationships intact. So the 4 I saved, the couple broke up, and the friends felt like didn't want to know each other anymore, even though they survived. That they basically ruined their lives. They can die, they can survive and hate each other, or they can survive and all still be happy chappy together. Quite managed.
I had to call out your reference there, the Palm Pilot, Jay. That came out in '96. So what?
And they call it something like, I can't remember the name for it, but they do call it something like a Palm Pilot. That's why it's in my head.
Pilot? I haven't heard that reference in ages.
I'm up with the Wall Street tech bros of 1995 and 96.
It's like the old dot matrix touchscreen things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very similar to that. It literally is like, I suppose. It looks very retro futuristic tech. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll call it a Palm Pilot whether we like it or not. That's what we've got. And yeah, that's the long and the short of it. But in order to get to the scenes, you've got a long timeline, which is split up into days and then the different parts of each day. And you can look at it in any order, so you don't have to do it one by one. You can skip right to the end if you want, and watch the final scene and work your way backwards, or you can just follow one character's story. So if you select a scene with Tom, for example, the landlord, and it gives you a choice, if you hold down the trigger on the timeline, you can then see what scene that choice affects. So you can skip straight to that next scene and play that one, and then skip to the next one that affects, and so on and so forth until you get to the end. How I got some of them out alive initially. Yeah, really clever game. It doesn't vary much. Like, that is literally what you're doing. It's not like there's great gameplay surprise, or you're eventually actually interacting with them directly. There's a couple of small mysteries, like some locked doors in the house, which you have to watch these scenes to try and figure out where the keys are or what the combination. But yeah, it's just like a bit of not a murder mystery, but like a time looping butterfly effect style mystery to try and save some people, and it's enjoyable. Yeah, it's good. Well, highly recommend checking it out if you're into even remotely interested in some time looping.
The trailer gave me Fahrenheit vibes by the look of it, the way it looked.
It's got elements of that, especially in the visual presentation. It's the character models are quite basic, and they do look like something from the original Xbox, but it's not. That's not really the point, because they're all holograms and stuff. You can kind of look over that, really. And yeah, the acting's decent, if not great. Some of the scenes just, I don't know if they had an off day, or if they were just literally got thrown the lines 2 minutes before they start recording or something. And some of them are really, really good. So it's a little bit all over the place in terms of that, but mystery's enjoyable, the puzzle's enjoyable, and they made it as easy as possible to keep track of everything, so you're not watching a scene and being like, oh, what the fuck happened 3 hours ago? You can just go back and watch it again, or if you got a choice, you can just change it on the timeline. You'd have to watch the whole thing again. Yeah, go check out Eternal Thirds. My review's up now. I'll have in the list reviews.
Especially those with Palm Pilots still.
Yes, you need some Palm Pilots left, right, and centre. The only way to solve a good mystery, you not know, is a retro futuristic Palm Pilot. Yes, go check it out. It's like I said, finally out on Xbox. It took 2 years to come to Xbox. I'm not really sure why. I'm sure there was a good enough reason. But yeah, go play it. Enjoyable little game. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. And other than that, I've not really played much at all, really. Bits here and there, but nothing worth digging into. Although, Ross, you'll be proud of me. I did get my first achievement in Forza Motorsport earlier on.
Turned it on.
Good lad. Set up made an avatar.
Yeah, I played the whatever it's a tutorial race, and I was like, yes, did it.
Good lad.
Yes. Anyway.
Pump the brakes.
Well, I'm pumping some brakes, Ross.
I do believe there was a poll.
Oh yeah.
On X.com. Just about.
Graham, I don't think you weren't with us. I don't think last week, were you?
No. It was a poll. Do people still use Palm Pilots?
Yes.
It was even better than that.
They were using their Palm Pilots to look up what team a certain me should play in their.
So we played a bit of GeoGuessr last week as you went off as we were doing our After Dark, Gray.
After Dark.
Okay.
And one of said GeoGuessr challenge that we were doing was football or stadiums. Sorry, it wasn't just football. It was just stadiums in the UK. Was it UK or Europe? Europe, wasn't it, Jay?
European.
And we had a fantastic idea. So we got the list of different stadiums that we landed on, the ones that were based in the UK, and put them in a wee poll because Jay is going to do a season on EAFC for the winner of the poll that we had. So the teams were Man City, West Ham, Ipswich Town, and Rangers.
Okay.
So coming in last place was Man City with 0 votes. Joint second, we had West Ham and Rangers. And topping out the charts, G can maybe even mimic their success and see if he can get Ipswich Town into the Premier League. So Jay has got Ipswich Town in an EAFC challenge to play a season of career mode and see if he can get them promoted.
We'll see about this. So No. I was gonna ask about the rules of this. So what's the quickest games I can play? Is it like 2 minutes and a half? It's still, or is it?
You can play any length that you want to on any difficulty you want to. You just need to play the season as Ipswich.
Okay, I'm gonna need some guidance setting this up. One of you, probably.
That's
Graham,
fine. We can get you set it up on it. No worries at all.
But yeah, I will play. Maybe I'll do it like once a week over the course of a few weeks. Do an hour here or there.
Okay.
Yeah. Chart my progress. Who am I playing? Sorry, Ipswich.
Ipswich Town is the team that you will be representing.
Excellent. I look forward to this very much indeed.
I didn't know that was the way you were going to go. I thought you was going to do the online season thing, and he has to play like so many games as Ipswich as an online.
No. Just we'll take it easy on him. He can just do a wee career mode as Ipswich Town, and we can check back to see how he gets on. Anything short of promotion, though, Jay, is fucking a travesty.
Well, he has to be set extra challenges. He has to win and get as many red cards as he can.
I feel like the red cards are somehow harder to get these days. I don't know why.
There is, but if you don't
get promoted, right? So as soon as you get promotion, you need to try and get as many matches forfeited as possible.
Yeah.
we can do that. I'm sure we can do that.
Well, with 2 minute halves, he ain't going to do it.
Drop kicks galore.
Yeah. Even holding the right bumper X sort of Brexit challenges.
Exactly. Unless he's allowing them to be like last man on goal. Yeah. He's not picking them up in time.
Well, we'll set it up this week. You can help me get my settings all sorted, so I'm playing the right stuff because I'd hate to get it wrong and do it twice. And then we can start it from there. I
Good
forgot
man.
about that, and then
I
remembered
didn't.
it as you were talking, and I was like, should I mention it? Probably not. And then come up anyway. Anyway, so we'll look forward to some of that. I know I am. Right, gentlemen. Shall we? I'm going to throw a slight spanner in the works here. We've had our pluggles. Obviously, now we're going to get into the news of the week very quickly. But before we do so, Graham, while we're
Yeah.
on the football chat,
Ooh.
best pool.
Yeah, I've actually got two lucky pools now that they've thrown quite a lot of them into the mixer now, so there's more chance to get some of these
I
ones.
was going to say, is it possible not to get a good pool just now?
Oh no, it is. You can still get a lot of cloggy numpties in there. But I've managed to pull a Declan Rice, who's like a 96 rated one on there, and he goes for a couple of 100,000, I think about 500,000 coins.
He's up for 336 at the moment.
Yeah, so that's pretty a decent pull. And I managed to get the Lauren James striker, who's like 97.
97
overall.
rated.
So she's pretty. I think she's about 400,000 as well.
It's mental that 97 rated team of the season.
Yeah, there you go. 479,000. But their stats are quite incredible.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest to try and get chemistry with the rest of the team, though.
Well, that's the problem, yeah.
But yeah, had a couple of games to read because she's got the trickster thing. I literally had a quick go with her online and just completely mug someone off with the trickster style. Jay, if you click in the right thumbstick, he does a little kick up with the ball, like rainbow flicks it over the defender's head, and you kind of just get past him that way. It's like the most infuriating way to get done is by someone just tricking it over your head. I did that and then volleyed it in. The guy almost instant quit.
But I mean, you look at our stats, right? Like, our stats are insane.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real weaknesses on that. I mean, like, if you put a hunter on her,
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
She's, yeah. Not much to even improve on that. With
Well, that's what I'm saying.
they're kind of just boosted anyway with everything.
Hunter would be about the only thing I'd put in. Like, finishing takes you up to 98.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Hawk maybe, but even still, probably don't need it.
Like I said,
Hawk maybe just to get you 99.
Yeah, but even the week before, which I couldn't join on, I managed to pull the Kante, the sort of team of this season moments version of him, but he can't even make the team. He's not even better than some of the others. Yeah. So he still goes for quite a lot, but his stats aren't as sort of better. They've got like a super McAllister in the middle. And,
It's mental. His flashback card is worth more.
Yeah. Crazy. Like I said, but yeah, I managed to pull him as well. He goes for quite a bit, but he can't even make the team.
Wow.
So, can I ask a very stupid question? I'm sure.
There's no such thing as stupid questions, Jay. We are here to educate.
I'm not going to have to worry about any of this bullshit, am I?
Yeah.
No.
This is the ultimate team, but it's nothing to do with what you're doing.
No.
That's fine then. That's all right then. Bring it on. Bring it on. Up the
It just means the highest their coin rating usually means the most popular they are, which means the most kind of meta they are, which means they got their super juiced kind of cards.
Yeah.
Usually kind of what it means.
Fair enough. Well, but once more, with feeling, who were the two big balls you bought this week? Sorry.
Declan Rice and Lauren James.
Very nice indeed. So we'll check in with the pools again next week. In between all of the wonderful chatter we'll be having about the Xbox game showcase, I'm sure, and all the games that they showed off, including Enemy 4, Burning Rangers 2,
Fable 3.
No, what? 4?
Not Fable 3. Fable 4.
Yeah,
sorry.
We've had Fable 3. Last of Us coming to Xbox.
Mass Effect 5.
Super Mario.
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age is going to be there. Oh, that's fine.
Gears of War 6 just ran. Yeah.
Gears 6, yeah.
Bring it on.
1 verse 100. Oh, God.
Cool.
The amount of mess
that.
I would make in my pants if they said they were bringing that back.
Did enjoy that back in the day.
Oh, it was so fucking good.
Something like that, like appointment gaming like that, where there's only a small prize really at the end of the day, but it was more like
we will need to
everybody
mention
jumping on together at the same time. It's awesome.
We will need to mention Big Phil and just say, look, mate, you just kind of make sure it's at Sundays 8 p.m. You can't do it.
Yes!
Needs to be done on a different night. I'm sure Big Daddy P will look after us.
Yeah, we'll shoot him an email and be like, look.
Yeah, I mean
if
he's
you're gonna
probably
do it-
watching anyway, so
Yeah.
I mean he probably knows not to do it.
Hi, Big Phil. But yeah, if you're gonna do it at 8 p.m,
Ish.
then we can work something out. Maybe we
Yeah,
could be like
we
an
could co-host it.
Yeah, exactly. We could be like an opening act or something for
Yeah,
them, you know.
co-host
We could
it.
do that, and in between the rounds, we could chat our shit and talk about your best pulls and plug at each other. And wonderful. Speaking of mixing things up, let's keep the end of the show slightly elevated again. Ross,
Yes, sir.
it's a new month, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, and we've got games.
You're feeling good.
Coming in to get into games. What we got?
I've got the games that are coming in for, well, last wee one's just at the end of May, and then the rest coming into June. So these two are both May 30th, which was Humanity and Lords of the Fallen. On June 4th, we have Firework. We also have on June 4th, Rolling Hills, Make Sushi, Make Friends. Now, it's not anything confirmed, but pure Xbox have speculated, and I probably could see it as well, that on June 9th, there may be some Activision Blizzard games getting dropped into Game Pass after or during the showcase. I wouldn't be shocked, so we'll sort of premise that if you're looking at any Activision Blizzard games, if you're looking to even pick them up on a store or a sale just now.
I say just so that happens, there's a massive Activision Blizzard sale right now.
Exactly. I would potentially maybe just hold off, just on the off chance that this does happen. But as I say, it's rumors just now. I would hate for you to go and pick up fucking whatever you may be picking up, and next week it's in Game Pass. And rounding out the games that we've got confirmed for this month, I know it's a game that I'm buzzing to play, and I think Jay, you're really looking forward to it as well. So June 18th, we've got Still Wakes the Deep, which I cannot wait to play. I watched a video on the voice actor for the protagonist in the game, and holy shit, when he is in the booth, he gets into it in regards to the ways that he was like trying to portray how the character's feeling during the whole sort of scenario.
There was a round of previews. We unfortunately didn't get a chance to check it out, but I didn't read anything too deep. See what I did there?
Yeah, like
everyone seemed to be pretty unanimously
yeah.
excited.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I cannot wait to jump in it.
I very much cannot wait to.
And Ian said he was streaming it, so you know.
If I can do the FIFA FC thing, I think that's the.
We've got to get our comfort zones. I even heard that Gray was going to do Dishonored.
Yeah, he's already. We need to up that to Dishonored 2 because I'm pretty sure he's played the first one. Let's do Dishonored 2.
I'll play that game so stealthily that you will never know it happens, and I'll never talk about it.
Exactly, that's how subtle he is in the game.
Not even the Chivos will show up on his account. That's how stealthily you've been.
That's how stealthy I'm going to play that game.
Well, yeah. Anyway, Still Wakes the Deep. I think that's the big one for Game Pass this month.
Yeah,
again,
definitely.
Unless they drop some surprises on June 9th.
Yeah, I do think there is going to be quite a few on the 9th, but as it stands just now, Still Wakes the Deep is head and shoulders above the rest for this month's game so far.
And then we haven't got a list of stuff leaving just yet for the month. Although there will be stuff, but we've had stuff just leave us. Graham, do you want to give us a quick readout of what we've just missed out on?
We have just missed out. These ones were left on the 31st of May. So we got Chicory, A Colourful Tale, Far World Pioneers, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle, Pac-Man Museum Plus, Little Witch in the Woods, and Railway Empire 2.
Yeah, so obviously they've gone now, but by all accounts, at least Chicory and Little Witch in the Woods we're getting some love. They were installed on my hard drive, but never got as far as being opened. So
Little Witch in the Woods is definitely on your hard drive.
Yeah, I was going to say you've set yourself up for a fail there, Jay.
It's all right. It's gone now. I can't do it. Anyway, let's do some reviews, shall we, gentlemen? Or I forget, and then we get into the news of the week. Not too much, obviously. A little bit quieter as we lead into June 9th. But in the meantime, you can read on xboxdam.com several reviews, including James's review of System Shock, the remake that came out recently, as well as his review of Sandland. It was Akira Toriyama inspired. RPG. We've got Morbid Lords of Ire and The Lost Legends of Redwall, the Scout Anthology from AJ. That last one, one of the lowest scores I've ever seen on the site. At the very least, I recommend go reading that one. You've got Hammer Watch 2 from old MPV Graham here.
Yep.
F124 from Special Guest Pete, who watches what he's probably playing right now instead of being on here with us.
As well as some YouTube videos as well.
Plenty of YouTube videos up on youtube.com/official. And also Eternal Threads review, like I said, from myself. I've got more lined up for this week. I've got a couple on the go, and I know some of the other guys have got as well. So keep checking the back every day. We'll have some more wonderful opinions for you each and every day. Xbox Tavern. Right. Quick fire on the news here, gentlemen. So let's start off with Call of Duty, shall we? See, this is
get it out of the way. Bundle them all together and get them out of the way.
So we've got the Xbox app accidentally confirmed. Black Ops 6 coming day one to Game Pass, which was then officially confirmed after the fact. So basically, people were getting like push notifications on their phone saying, "Play Call of Duty Black Ops 6 day one on Game Pass," and then was like, "You sure?"
What?
They were like, yes, some of you may have seen this announcement. It is true. It's coming day one to Game Pass. Obviously, there's been a lot of hubbub about whether it would, whether it should, whether it could. And it is.
And it is.
Really. No, I don't think there was an actual date in there, was there? But obviously, I imagine we'll get that on next Sunday. But
yeah.
What do you reckon, Ross? Good thing? Bad thing? Obviously, we're going to play it, but
yeah, definitely good.
I mean, in the foot?
Not necessarily. It's like you say. I wouldn't buy it, but I will play it. So that in itself answers that. I think that's the simplest way you can look at it. I'm not going to spend £70 on a Black Ops game. I'm not going to spend £70 on any Call of Duty game. Am I going to play it if it's there in my subscription? You're damn fucking right I am.
What about yourself, Grayman? I know you're...
I'll play it as stealthily as I will be Dishonored.
Even though it's there just free of charge, just you can go in and play it whenever you choose to do it.
No. You can stick your Soap McTavish up your...
Soap's not in Black Ops.
You've got the wrong franchise.
Yeah, you fucked it there. Great.
Exactly. That's how much I know about it. You can keep your cod plops and stick that in the portal bin.
But you do know Soap McTavish, though.
Exactly.
You can't not know some bits about that, but no, that's what I know. Stick your zombies, your cod blops, and portal it in the bin next to portal. And
even Gray knows that the Scottish part of the game is the best part of the game.
Yes, I mean, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. The Modern Warfare side of things, I personally prefer. But you know what it means, though. Day one, Game Pass. Graham, you might have
Game Pass.
Depends what else is out that month. Although I don't imagine there'll be.
Don't really feel like much is topping it.
No.
Yeah, if that's what's chosen, I'll play it. If it's chosen, but I'm not going up my way to sort of install it and play it out of my free will.
Listen, just clear out 400 gig on your hard drive, just in case.
Yeah,
that's before the day one patch.
Yeah,
you're going to struggle to clear off your hard drive, the amount of stuff you got on yours.
I know, I've got so much shit on it. I had to clear a load of stuff off with something else. I'm doing it a bit.
Yeah, and the little witch in the woods.
I was trying to find all these games. I was like, where the fuck all these come from? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yes, we're a bit of Call of Duty Black Cod Blops coming in to Game Pass day one. They're also not shirking the old last gen players coming out on PS4, Xbox One as well, which some people are obviously not very happy about because it's been 4 years since we've had the series consoles now. The old machines, but the simple fact of the matter is, there's a story recently. I think it's like half of PlayStation's players are still playing on PS4, which accounts for
fucking hell. They must be sounding like jet engines by now.
Millions of people. So the business side of it means that they're not going to ignore that generation just yet, especially that with Call of Duty. But yeah, I would make, like you said, it makes a difference. So we'll play it anyway, especially if it comes to especially with pickers.
I mean, surely it's more about the gameplay. As long as they keep the gameplay exciting for those that actually enjoy it. The graphical upspuff isn't really massively needed compared to gameplay to get the more people playing it.
There's going to be games going forward where you're going to be like, oh, for fuck's sake, why are we still doing it on the previous gen? You're fucked it because they've had to limit it. Is Black Ops that game? Probably not.
No, that's about to say it's not a game that strongly needs a graphical
Yeah.
upsbuff. There are plenty of others that would benefit from it. That's not one.
And
of
not
them.
this year. I feel like by the time we get to perhaps next year's one, because obviously they said as part of the deal and stuff that it's going to come to the Nintendo platforms, Switch, blah blah blah. Should have a new Switch by then. Maybe at that point we'll have a PS5 Pro and maybe some sort of new shiny Xbox. So I could see an argument for ignoring the older generation.
Handheld.
Maybe handheld Steam Deck. So was it Asus ROG Ally and all sorts of wonderful things. So yeah, so maybe
Palm decks.
after this one,
Pilots.
Palm decks.
Palm pilots.
If you could play Coblops 6 on your Palm Pilot, I'll that would be a magical day in all of gaming. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see with it. I mean, like I said, we're getting way more information next week. They got the whole direct after the direct, which is solely focused on Coblops 6. And yeah, I'm sure we'll see some single player, some multiplayer. We'll get a date, maybe even a beta announcement, and perhaps, as we spoke before, some sort of Game Pass exclusivity skins or maps or modes. Or I mean, ideally not, because that'd be a bit shit. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there'll be something that
There'll be perks.
There'll be perks.
They've done it for a PlayStation. So turnabout's fair play.
Exactly. Yeah, so we get some more Coblops next week. Final thing on that, there was rumors also that there might be a new tier of Game Pass to facilitate the extra expense that Call of Duty is going to be, that they're going to lose out on. But they've already confirmed that they won't require a new tier of Xbox Game Pass,
£20 a month,
which is fine by me. I mean, they didn't say ever.
No.
But not yet, and not until again perhaps next year or the year after. Firmly established in Game Pass itself. So yeah, so everybody can play it on the Ultimate subscription they've got right now, on whatever console pretty much they've got, including their Xbox Palm Pilots. Right. We've got some news on Rocksteady's co-founders that left Rocksteady a year or two ago at this point. Lefton Hill and Jamie Walker. Some of you may know their names. They're quite forward-facing when it comes to like the Batman Arkham games and stuff. They left and founded a London-based studio called 100 Star Games, and they're working on a AAA single-player action adventure powered by Unreal 5.
So see if you stop that right there. Single player, action adventure, Unreal 5, AAA. Take my money.
From
Unfortunately,
the people who made Batman Arkham.
Exactly. Unfortunately, it might never materialize.
It might come out in 10 years and be much like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but they've got a good start. They've said all the right keywords.
Yeah, so I mean, there's not much more to it than that at the moment. But Xbox has partnered up with them to publish it, by the sounds of it. Whether it will be Xbox and PC or PlayStation as well, probably everywhere, I imagine, with some timed exclusivity for a console or something. Perhaps I'm not really sure. Excuse me, they haven't like purchased them or anything. It's not like they've added them to the Xbox family, as it were. Now, Graham, I know you quite enjoyed at least a couple of the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
Does the keywords that got Ross raising his table a little bit do some wonders for you there?
I need a smidgen more words than that. I mean, I don't even know what it's about yet.
It's an action adventure.
Action
adventure tale.
Well, it's an action adventure of blooming Barbie. Then yeah, do one.
Oh, great! It's AAA.
Yeah.
Single player.
So
what
was
in
that?
Unreal Engine 5.
Wasn't that Cruddy Water game supposed to be like quadruple A or something? And that was Skull and Bones or something. Wasn't that quadruple A or some nonsense?
Look, we'll not have any Skull and Bones besmirching here. It's a quadruple A game with quadruple A qualities, and I think there's at least 3 people. There's not even the 4 A's enough to be playing it together.
So amount of A, like how much your ass is hemorrhaging money to make the thing and not making it back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, see if somebody had like CD Projekt Red or Naughty Dog had came out and said, or Santa Monica's the other PlayStation one had came out and said, we've developed a quadruple A game. You've been like, fucking hell, this is going to
Get
be
on.
mind blowing. See, as soon as it was Ubisoft, you're like, oh shit.
And well, the originators of it, I believe, was the Initiative, Microsoft Studio, with Perfect Dark. And did you enjoy
It's-
Perfect Dark?
it's
Did
going
you
well.
enjoy the new Perfect Dark?
It's going well.
I think I played it.
Hey,
Yeah. I
listen,
don't know if,
listen. We're going to see it on the 9th, and it's going to be out before the tail end of the year.
absolutely not. Not a fucking hope in hell. Not with
Yeah.
Goblops, Indiana Jones, and Avowed coming out. Not a chance.
You watch
in
his
hell.
space.
Not a chance in hell. We should have done some predictions. It's too late for that now. But
Yeah.
not a chance. We see Perfect Dark. Let her know they're coming out at the end of the year.
No.
More chance of Retalaiki coming up with a quintuple A game.
They could do. You never know. Those visual novels can get some fucking shiny graphics on them now with RTX, you know?
I'm right.
Some language of love, fully ray traced and path traced with global illumination and DLSS3 and all sorts of shiny other technical things. So yes, obviously it's exciting that they're building a single player game, not like Suicide Squad, not like all the other fucking games as a service that are coming out.
More details needed. What is
we're
it?
we're gonna need more details, and
Yeah.
we're probably gonna be waiting a fucking long time for some more details.
Yeah.
So
they've used the right keywords to begin with. I mean, had they came out with like the words roguelite or platformer or puzzler, I'd have been half checked out. But the words that they have given us, I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time they release the game, that sort of style of thing will be back in vogue, and it won't be about battle passes and fucking microtransactions and all sorts of gubbins. But we shall see. We shall see. Speaking of Xbox and using sort of partnering up with people to create games, Toys of Bob created the Spyro and Crash remakes recently, and the new Crash games, weren't they? They left Activision when Xbox bought, or like the merger happened, but they're still working with Xbox on whatever their next game may be. Again, no details, but we might get some on Sunday, maybe. Who knows? I think it's a bit early for that again, but it's not a Spyro or Crash game, I don't believe, though. They've said brand new thing.
Upspuff Bubsy the Bobcat.
Oh, Zool, bringing it back to the start of the podcast. Maybe we get a remastered Zool.
If they can make Zool less shit, then that'll be a start.
I mean, it wasn't a great game. Ross has no idea what we're talking about.
It's like Cool Spot.
Cool Spot as well.
Or
yes,
Rise Star. The other fucking
Rise Star was that guy.
Right, bring it back to the 2000s, people.
Yeah. Anyway, it's, yes, we'll see what they got. That wasn't very good. We'll see what they got going on.
At least the Mega Drive era. Anything after pre-Mega Drive, I'm fucked. And even at that, fucking, even at that, it was Sonic fucking. I think it was Alex Kidd, and that was probably about it. Or Golden Axe. Golden Axe, was that Mega Drive?
Golden Axe, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's my earliest gaming memories. Anything that you're not working on that, you can go take a flying fuck at yourself.
Croc?
Nope.
Croc was Sega Saturn.
I never had one of them. That may be why.
I had one just then. James Pond.
Nope.
Love a bit of James
Robocod.
Robocod. What a great game.
Nope, you've lost me.
Anyway, we could reminisce about Mega Drive games all day long, but we're running long here, so we'll come back to that. We'll put a pin in that one for a rainy day because there's lots of awesome old school platforms.
Jay, if you don't hurry up and get to the best news of the fucking week.
I'm about to bring the best news up. The
You're not.
most exciting news of the week. Redfall's final update is finally out.
Is that exciting because we can just finally like put the last nail in the coffin?
I'd very nearly installed it on my shiny new laptop the other day just to play it and try and experience a bit of this new goodness. So yes, obviously the studio shut down now, which is big boo because they did Dishonored.
Yeah,
and that's fuck you, Microsoft, for shutting it down. But Redfall, which again, as I say every time we talk about it, we gave it as much shit as everybody else, probably a little bit more than. But the final update is out now, and it brings offline mode, single player pausing, some new unrivaled weapon, a revamped neighborhood and nest system. By the sounds of it, they've added, like the nest we were talking about before, they've added different versions. Yeah, so instead of getting to the end of it and just having like a mad dash, it's actually like a boss fight at the end of them now, or in these new ones. DLSS free, which we can make use of, Ross, on our shiny
yes,
new,
we can.
technical devices and some new enemy encounters in the Redfall Commons, which hopefully, like you said, Gray, means that enemies actually do something now
Yeah.
rather than just fucking
Interact with like existence.
yeah. So like I said before to Ian, I would like to play it again just to see how it is now.
Should we give it one
how it
final
was.
send off? We just
I feel like we could jump in for a couple of hours one
make
night.
a night and just one final send off for Redfall, and then
finish it off. Get it in.
we
the bin.
never need to mention it ever again.
Exactly, and you never know. We might even enjoy it. Who knows?
It wasn't
Ross-
that bad when we played it together. It was just the game wasn't good. It was
Yeah.
enjoyable to play
Yeah,
together, but it was just didn't make any sense.
That's the thing. As we spoke about when we played it, and recently, it was fun because we were having fun to get like
Together.
added. It wasn't because the game was providing the fun, and we happened to be together. Because playing it alone, especially before it come out, was just absolutely fucking hell.
It was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely heartbreaking playing it solo before I could play it with anyone. I was like, what is this? What have you done?
You did provide one of glorious gaming dick moves, though. You delivered the medallion or pendant, what it was, to the grave, and then you just yoinked it straight away.
Stole it straight away.
Delivered it, and then you yeeted it straight off the grave.
Straight away, which doesn't matter because if you don't steal it, you end up taking it anyway later on. You just have to delay it by like 5 minutes, which is a pointless mission in
delivering a pizza and then just eating it and binning it off. Saying, fuck it, I delivered it. But I just ate it straight afterwards.
Hopefully they got some more missions in there that are slightly more interesting than that one. But yeah, like I said, we'll set a date one day, maybe this month for that, and just play it for a few hours.
Yeah.
Move on with our lives. But Ross, I'm assuming that the final news story here that we took is the one you're excited about.
Yeah.
Are you a big test drive fan?
I fucking loved Test Drive. It was one of my first experiences on the Xbox, and you were on Hawaii, and it was just it was so fucking incredible. And this one's on Hong Kong, and it's just going to look incredible because it's going to be a 1-to-1 scale, and it's just like, this is going to be so fucking cool. I realise I'm not selling it to anybody by anything I've just said there, but
I did. I played the Hawaii one, like your Test Drive Unlimited.
it is
only a small amount. I don't remember if I bought it or if I borrowed it off of someone, but I appreciate what it is. But yeah, it's not my cup of tea at all. But this little word in they've got here says Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, which is the full title, is a lifestyle and social experience. They've gone the opposite of AAA single player buzzwords there, that redefines the standards of open world racing games. Alone or with friends, explore Hong Kong Island, accurately reproduced at 1 scale, collect exceptional cars from dealerships, customize them in workshops, showcase your style, your style to reach the elite of the competition. So Ross, I mean, I can see you fucking like vibrating in your chair a little bit. Is it what is it? Is it the recreation of Hong Kong Island? Is it the
I think what
cars?
What it is well, it's the collecting of cars. Like that's definitely is one of the big parts of it. Two, like even like Test Drive Unlimited 2, I thought looked fucking beautiful on the 360. But it's just the I think it adds to more of what Horizon is for me. Because it's got a bit more realism than Horizon, but then it still gives you all the excitement that the sort of Horizon games give you. And it's just, I think it could be nostalgia. Like this could purely be nostalgia, and I could pick this game up and it's shit. But my memories of Test Drive Unlimited 2 on Hawaii was just unreal, and I pray that I get as much enjoyment out of this one as I did on the second one.
I will say that when I did play, whichever one it was, I'm sure it was that one. Like driving around and seeing that other players sort of just going about their thing, just driving across the island in the distance or passing on the road. That was a pretty cool feature. But then when it comes to the racing, I mean, I'm not very good at it, and I don't really want to sit there and customize my car. So I was like, I'm not
done.
The most. Let's move on. I did quite enjoy, was it Burnout Paradise, and that like open world setting, but
yeah,
predominantly single player really. Yeah, so it's coming out. What's it? I've closed the window now.
It's September 12th.
12th. But if you pre-order, you get it a whole week early, a day before my
Correct.
birthday. I certainly will not be
Ooh.
spending my 40th birthday playing Test Drive.
Why?
Unlimited
It might be the
Time.
best 40th present you could ever have imagined.
I can think of many better, many better presents, including playing EAFC, my Ipswich up the Ipswich Town save, which I will probably.
You got to know their name.
At that point. I said, didn't I? Ipswich Town.
Yeah,
save?
their nickname.
Up the Vikings. I've no
Nope.
idea. Oh dear.
Oh,
What's going on? Fill me in. I'm learning.
Why would I know what the fuck they are? I'm pretty sure it's the Tractor Boys.
You can't mock me and then not know it yourself.
I was about to say what? I think it's the tractors. Yeah, tractor boys.
Tractor Boys, yeah. That's what I thought it was.
All right, okay, come. Right, up the Tractor Boys. Come on. No, that doesn't sound right either. Right, let's move on.
I've never thought about it like that.
Right, well,
and so you're aware of it, they play at Portman Road.
I obviously do that one, yeah, but I'll note that down for future reference. I'll find a pen and paper somewhere. Right, anyway, on that terrible disappointment, let's round off the show, shall we? So we can go do some After Dark. If you want to join us for After Dark, you can join the YouTube membership, as Ross said earlier on, for 99 pence a month. Do After Darks almost every Sunday after a podcast where we talk about various random shit, from wrestling to guess the game to quizzes to whatever we want to talk about that evening. I've got a fun little game for us to lined up to.
Oh yeah.
And then it might have a little chat about something afterwards. Here we're getting on. Anyway, for now, I've been Jamie. You can find me at ENXN on various places, including Xbox Live, and I will be up the Tractor Boys all day long. Ross.
You can find me at Scottish Gruff.
You can find Graham when he's not a million miles away in a place that he might get kicked out of very shortly.
Yeah. No, up in the Tractor Boys down here. At Graham Reaper.
Thank you very much for watching / listening. If you made this far, you're fucking hero. We will go do some After Dark now, and then we will see you next week after the Xbox Showcase, which will be very exciting. I'm sure there'll be lots of wonderful things to talk about and discuss. And
see us during the Xbox Showcase.
And possibly during the Xbox Showcase, if I can find a nice bottle of rum in between now and then. Anyway,
I've got a couple of recommendations.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Farewell.
Goodbye.